My everyday life has changed markedly after I acquired hearing aids. I'm now able to hear the refrigerator and the ticking of the clock in our kitchen. These were sounds that I'd not been able to hear for years. It may seem like a trivial thing, but they're all part of the normal everyday life that I'd missed. And I think, why didn't I do this before? Because now that technology is available that can make one hear better, allowing a well-functioning social and professional life, in my case as a coach, well then, it would have been a good idea to get hearing aids many years ago. Now I function 100% as if I had normal hearing, or what I remember normal hearing was like. Some sounds are amplified, and I think that when people start wearing hearing aids, they should be aware that this may be a bit annoying in the beginning. You hear sounds that you were unable to hear before. Some sounds may seem a little too loud. All I can say is that I got used to this within a few days, and then I functioned like a child who hears well, sort of like a new person. My Senso Diva aids have helped me most by allowing me to lead my life as if I didn't have hearing loss. To me, it's important. As I said, I'm not an active soccer player anymore, but as a coach, I still have to move and run, and I also sweat sometimes. I also exercise in my spare time. Before showering, I need to remind myself to take out my hearing aids, simply because I forget that I'm wearing them. They're so incredibly functional, and I have not had any problems with perspiration. It has really been a good experience. Senso Diva and quality of life, for us who don't hear well, it has something to do with regaining the quality of life, and being able to hear again. My hearing loss developed gradually over some 20 years. Finally, it caused so much annoyance that I no longer felt complete in my private, social, or professional life. As a result of Senso Diva, I feel that I function just like everybody else again. And I have the impression from those close to me that my hearing loss no longer gives reason for annoyance. My hearing aids allow me to have an active social life and professional career. These tiny hearing aids have made things possible that I'd hoped for, but really didn't think were possible. And they're tiny, which brings another important factor into the picture, namely vanity, which is inherent in human nature. So if the hearing aids are not visible, that's just great. If you have hearing loss, you should get hearing aids as soon as possible instead of waiting. I waited until I was 50 years old, and there's no reason to wait. Don't worry about having to have something in your ear. You'll hardly notice it. And another important factor, people will not notice it. It's true that the time required to get accustomed to hearing aids depends on the individual, but it won't take long. And most importantly, you'll be able to hear again.